Once upon a time, before the noise of the modern world reached the quiet forests, there lived a young woodcutter named Elvarin. He was not famous, not rich, and not admired by many, but his heart carried a deep hunger to change his life. Every morning, before the sun fully opened its eyes, Elvarin walked into the forest with his old axe resting on his shoulder. The axe was heavy, its blade dull, and its handle worn by years of use. Still, it was the only tool he had, and he believed it was enough. Elvarin worked harder than anyone else in the village. While others rested in the shade, he kept swinging his axe. While others complained about fate, he fought against it with sweat and pain. But no matter how hard he worked, his progress was slow. One tree took him almost the whole day to cut. At night, his hands shook, his back ached, and his heart felt heavy with frustration. He wondered why effort never seemed to reward him the way he expected. One evening, as Elvarin sat beside a small fire, an old traveler passed by. The traveler had calm eyes and a voice that felt steady, like a river that had learned patience. He watched Elvarin in silence and then asked gently why his face looked so tired. Elvarin spoke honestly. He talked about his hard work, his long days, and his disappointment. He said he gave everything he had, yet life gave him very little in return. The old traveler listened carefully and then looked at the axe resting on the ground. He picked it up slowly, turned it in his hands, and asked a simple question. "When was the last time you sharpened this?" Elvarin felt embarrassed. He realized he could not remember. He had been so busy working that he never thought of stopping. The traveler smiled softly and said something Elvarin would never forget. Sometimes effort without awareness only creates exhaustion. The next morning, Elvarin returned to the forest, but this time he did not rush. He sat on a fallen log and looked at his axe. He noticed the dull blade, the cracks in the handle, and the marks of struggle. For the first time, he allowed himself to pause. As he sharpened the blade against a stone, he felt something change inside him. The sound of metal against stone was slow and steady, and it taught him patience. His breathing became calm, his thoughts became quiet. When Elvarin began cutting again, something surprising happened. Each swing felt lighter, each strike went deeper into the wood. The tree fell faster, and his body felt less pain. He realized that sharpening the axe was not wasted time, it was preparation. It was respect for his own energy.
Days passed, and Elvarin made sharpening a habit. But more than that, he began sharpening his mind. When anger rose inside him, he paused instead of reacting. When disappointment visited his heart, he observed it instead of fighting it. He learned that emotions, like tools, need care. If ignored, they become heavy. If understood, they become powerful. One day, a strong storm hit the forest. Many woodcutters panicked. They rushed to work faster, afraid of losing time. Elvarin felt fear too, but he did not let it control him. He chose calm over chaos. He sharpened his axe, studied the trees, and moved carefully. While others broke their tools and hurt themselves, Elvarin remained steady. By the end of the storm, he had done more work with less damage. People began to notice him. They asked how he had become so effective. Elverin did not speak of strength or luck. He spoke of control. He said the real battle was not with the tree, but with impatience, anger, and fear inside the mind. He explained that reacting blindly only makes life harder, but responding with awareness changes everything. As years passed, Elverin's life transformed. He no longer felt tired in his soul. He understood when to work and when to rest. He understood that sharpening the axe meant sharpening discipline, focus, and emotional balance. His success did not come from endless effort, but from smart effort, guided by self-control. One evening, a young boy approached Elverin, carrying a broken axe and tired eyes. The boy reminded Elverin of himself. The boy said he worked hard but felt stuck. Elverin smiled and told him the same story the traveler once told him. He placed the axe in the boy's hands and showed him how to sharpen it. More importantly, he showed him how to slow down his thoughts. As the sun set behind the trees, Elverin felt peace. He realized the axe was never just an axe, it was a symbol of the mind. A dull mind reacts, rushes, and breaks. A sharp mind pauses, understands, and grows. The forest stood quiet, listening, as Elverin walked home, knowing that true power comes not from force, but from control. And so the story of a woodcutter and his axe became a lesson passed through generations, a reminder that in a world that demands speed, wisdom lives in slowing down. Because when you sharpen yourself, the world becomes easier to shape.